responsible, accountable, and implement measures to prevent similar incidents in the future. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang will spend 4 days in Korea meeting with leaders of major domestic companies as well as representatives from the gaming industry, AI and robotics startups, and academia. He is expected to meet key business figures on the evening of June 5th, with talks likely to center on cooperation in areas including high bandwidth memory, AI data centers, autonomous driving, robotics, and physical AI. Huang is also scheduled to attend a meeting on cooperation in the gaming and AI sectors before holding a private meeting with domestic AI and robotics startups. The event will mark his first such engagement in Korea. In local news, the Busan-Ulsan regional headquarters of the Korea Federation of Small and Medium Enterprises said it has high expectations for new leadership following the election of Busan's mayor Chun Jae-soo. It issued a statement congratulating the mayor-elect and welcoming the result. It said SMEs are struggling amid prolonged high interest rates, inflation, weak domestic demand, and labor shortages driven by population outflows. The group urged a new city administration to help overcome these challenges and reinvigorate Busan's growth engine. It also called for broader SME participation in major national projects, including Kadokdo New Airport's early opening and redevelopment of Busan North Port, plus stronger support and deregulation. Several notable winners emerged from Busan's June 3rd local elections. Of the 246 elected officials, including district heads and local council members, 86 were women, accounting for 35% of the total. The oldest winner was 73 years old, while the youngest was 23. Among district heads, the youngest elected candidate was 42 years old. The wealthiest elected official reported assets of nearly 14.3 billion won. Meanwhile, 54 winners disclosed criminal records with a total of 74 convictions reported. The highest number of convictions declared by a single winner was 5. Only 3 winners came from minor parties or were elected as independents, with the remainder representing the 2 major parties. In international news, major steel exporting countries, including Korea, are scrambling to secure tariff-free export quotas ahead of the European Union's tougher steel import measures set to take effect on July 1st. The EU plans to cut annual tariff-free steel import volumes from 35 million tons to 18.3 million tons and double tariffs on excess imports from 25% to 50%. Negotiations on country-specific quotas are underway in Geneva. Korea is pursuing a 2-track strategy combining working-level talks with high-level diplomatic efforts in Brussels. Competition for the limited tariff-free quotas is expected to be intense. And now for today's weather. Skies are expected to clear from the afternoon. Daytime temperatures will range from 24 to 28 degrees. The temperature in Busan is currently 25 degrees Celsius. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is For My Busan with Laura McLuckie. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday to you all. 여러분, 밥 먹었어요? 밥 먹었니? 밥 먹었노? 밥 먹나? It's a simple phrase. It means, did you eat? But it actually doesn't mean, did you eat? Well, it does. But in Korea, it can convey several different meanings, right? First of all, it can just mean, how are you? You all right? How's everything? It could also mean, I'll treat you to a meal. It could imply, have you eaten? You want to eat? Or it can just be, casual expression, no particular meaning, just something people say in conversation. Hey, how are you? 처럼. 그래서 여러분 식사하셨습니까? 저는 오늘 진짜 맛있는 누들 많이 먹었어요. 배고파. Welcome to For My Busan. I'm your host, Laura McLuckie.
I bet it goes like this. Pinky up.
Oh yeah, let's kick off. This is Pinky Up by Cat's Eye.
Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. One day soon the world's gonna end. I'm gonna make out with my new best friend. I wanna live large right before it all burns down. Up. Pinky up. Go hard like a Robin the Louvre. We Mona Lisa with the cute attitude. I wanna get high right before we're in the ground. Screaming from cloud nine. No one can touch us if they tried. But it's a state of mind. I bet it goes like this. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. Up. Us against the world, shake in the parking lot. If we get arrested, haha, baby, laugh it off. I love you, you love me, we manic, we. And I could live for you if it got that deep. Fantasy is a frequency of mine. Delusion, philosophy, I kinda know nothing, just like Socrates. The only Jewish dumb is knowing you know nothing. Screaming from the night. No one could touch us if they tried. What is the state of mind? I bet it goes like this. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up. Up. Pinky up.
I feel like I need to go to the club immediately, if not sooner. And they're going to tell me, sorry, madam, you're too old. I'll say, hold the phone? What do you mean? I got my pinky up and everything. That was Cat's Eye with Pinky Up. Pinky up! When you drink a cup of tea in the UK, you must drink with your pinky up. Like this. Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in to For My Busan. I'm your host, Laura McLuckie. In Korea, there are lots of idiomatic expressions, idioms, right? There are lots of expressions related to rice or meals or eating, right? As mentioned earlier, when you ask someone, have you eaten? It's not necessarily like an actual question. It's not necessarily asking, did you physically eat something? It can mean different things. It can mean, are you well? How have you been? It can mean absolutely nothing. It can just be part of conversation. Oh, how are you? Yeah, fine. How are you? It's just one of those pleasantries that we say. Or things like this. Let's have a meal sometime. 밥 한 번 먹자. Oh, 식사합시다. Oh, 밥. Every time I say let's eat together, I do this. As if like people don't know what let's eat together means. I need to give them a spoon hand signal just in case. Just in case. The expression though, let's have a meal. 밥 한 번 먹자. Or 식사 한 번 합시다. It can be very confusing for people who've just arrived in Korea because when you hear it, if they understand it to some extent, they might think that they're actually supposed to make plans to have a meal together. But actually, it's not a definite invitation. Oh, let's have a coffee. Oh yeah, we should definitely get together, have a coffee. Let's have a cup of tea. Let's have a meal. Let's have a dinner. Do you want to do a dinner? Let's get lunch. People say these all the time, but it's like, it doesn't really mean anything. You know, when you say, I'll contact you, that kind of creates an obligation that people are unable to fulfill, you know? 연락해줄게요. If you say that, then you kind of have to 연락, right? You have to contact them. So instead, you say, let's have a meal sometime. You know, it's like, I like you, but I don't like you enough to want to stay in touch with you. It's not that I don't like you. It's just that I've got other things on. So it's like just a very polite way of saying, I appreciate this meeting here today, and let's never see each other again. In a nice way. 그 정도는 아니에요. 그 정도 아니지만, yeah, anyway, but sharing a meal has very special significance here in Korea. In Korean culture, especially, people don't eat with just anybody. In fact, the Korean word 식구, which means family, literally refers to people who eat together. Isn't that interesting? 식구. I like that. And I think these days there's a lot of single-person households as well. So I think the meaning of these words becomes a lot more poignant, a bit more profound when you think about the origins of the word and what family means. It's people who share a meal together. I think that's very nice. So what kind of relationship should you, I hate the word should, but what kind of relationship do you think you need to have with someone before you share a meal? 여러분, 누구와 식사하면 그분이랑 어떤 관계가 무조건 있어야 되는지 어떻게 생각하시는지 궁금합니다. What do you think? For me personally, I would eat a meal with a stranger. No problem. I think for me, eating alone, no problem. Eating with friends, no problem. Eating with my professor, his brother, and 10 아저씨s that work for his brother's company. Not the most comfortable, but no problem. No problem. I did not like the menu. However, 교수님 밥 먹자라고 하시면 밥 먹어야 돼요. 그렇죠? So here's the thing. What do you think? The difficult thing about Korea, the reason I say that is because it's not really uncomfortable for me to get a plate of food, sit down and have some, casual conversation with someone. Whatever. However, in Korea, we've got side dishes, right? So you should be comfortable sharing at least the side dishes with the person. You also need to be with someone whose eating habits you can tolerate. So for me, now this is just my opinion, and feel free to disagree, but when anyone eats like this, I feel like I have to leave the table before I rip off my arms and throw them across the room. Like the sound of, it's not just eating, it's mouth noises for me. So I'm very, very sensitive to mouth noises. So even if I've got my headphones in, my earphones in, and someone's speaking on the microphone and they do this, that sound, I just want to punch something, Or someone brushing their teeth, someone kissing. Just mouth noises in general, I can't stand it. But how about you? And of course, when you eat a meal together, there's also expectations of etiquette. So perhaps you don't like someone who takes their shoes off and puts their feet up on the table. Well, not the table, the chair. Maybe you don't like someone who puts their elbows on the chair, maybe on the table. Maybe you don't like someone who slurps their noodles. Or etc., etc. So there's lots of reasons why you might not want to share a table and a meal with someone. However, the practice of splitting the bill, this is a big one, right? So these days, actually, the bill, the N분의 1, N분의 1, 맞아요, N분의 1, has become very common. And so even so, people still feel like paying the bill only for exactly what they ate. Feels a bit stingy. And in Korea, especially for a more traditional or older person, they might decide they have to pay the bill. Otherwise, they get very upset. And as a result, after a meal, people might appear to be arguing who gets to pay the bill. They might hesitate. They might reluctantly stand up when it's time to settle the bill. And of course, the most practical and convenient solution for everybody is Dutch pay, where you pay what you pay what you ate. Pay your cost, cover your cost, right? But what if you feel uncomfortable dividing the bill in front of the cashier? Well, you don't have to worry about that because there's an app which can automatically calculate how much each person owes by scanning a photo of the receipt. And as a result, after a group meal, there's no need to pull out a calculator and manually figure out what you need to pay. So I want to hear your thoughts on eating together. Is there people you wouldn't eat with? Are there people is the correct English. Are there people you wouldn't eat with? Are there people you love to eat with? And when it comes to paying the bill, do you prefer to split the bill? Or do you find it more comfortable when one person pays for everything? 여러분, 오늘 우리 밥에 대해서 식사에 대해서 얘기를 하고 있는데요. 특히 오늘은 밥값을 어떻게 기부하는 게 편한지에 대한 의견을 한번 받아볼게요. 네, 알려주세요. 더치페이 좋아하세요? 아니면 한 명 다 계산하고 아니면 어떤 식으로 제일 좋아하시는지 이유도 같이 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 샵 9050 pound 9050 text messages 101 KakaoTalk is free. YouTube Live is free. And of course we'll gather all of your messages and read them throughout the show and at the end of the show. And then we'll get all your song requests. 신청곡도 받고 있습니다, 여러분. So send them all to us right now and throughout the show. All right, up next it's Newsfeed with QB.
System check complete. Destination set. Busan.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're now making our approach to Busan. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. We've just landed. Welcome to For My Busan. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for Newsfeed. Kim Gyubi-nim is in the house. Hello. You're supposed to say hello. It's radio. People can't hear you if you just bow.
Hello.
It's nice to see you. How have you been?
I've been quite busy.
Well, BTS are coming to town, so of course you're busy. This is like crazy festival season.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That makes me busy too.
So busy. Busy, so busy.
busy every day, busy.
So busy,
Yeah.
busy like a bee. But this is, for anyone who doesn't know, this is Kim Gyubi 주무관님 from Busan City's media division. And you join us every Thursday to bring us all the updates from the city. So what's going on today?
So today we are talking about two things that really show Busan's global side. First,
side.
First, the city's biggest annual port festival is returning. And second, Busan is getting ready to welcome K-pop fans from around the world this summer.
Why is that? Oh yes, BTS are coming.
BTS is coming this month.
설마. Okay, yeah, it's going to be very exciting. So the port connecting Busan to the world, 150-year birthday. K-pop connecting Busan to the world. We're Busan to the world. BEFM connecting Busan to the world.
Everything starts from Busan,
Everything
right?
starts from Busan. Okay, let's start with the Port Festival, the Busan Port Festival. This year is especially significant, right?
The 19th Busan Port Festival will take place from June 19th to 20th at the North Port Waterfront Park, Bukang Jinsu-공원. And what makes this year's festival extra meaningful is that it celebrates the 150th anniversary of the opening of Busan Port.
150 years old. I understand how that feels. I myself am 150 years old.
Understand that?
And look how young I look. Yes, it's like I'm not even a vampire. But it's a very good reminder of how important the port has been to Busan's identity.
Busan grew into Korea's largest port city through this gateway to the world. So this festival is really about celebrating the history and symbolism of Busan Port.
Yeah, and looking at the program, so it seems a lot bigger than your typical waterfront festival. It captures really the identity and the essence of Busan's history and culture.
And one of the headline attractions is Port Lounge, inspired by the spaces where sailors would traditionally rest, eat, and socialize. Visitors can enjoy performances and food from major trading ports around the world.
맛있겠다.
좋겠다, 재밌겠다.
I want to eat something delicious. It's like, do you know, I love this because ports are very international places, and that's what this port festival is doing. It's bringing, you know, international port culture to the entirety of Busan.
And there are plenty of outdoor activities too. Visitors can try water leisure experiences like kayaks in the North Port Canal area and a special tour program where visitors can board ships and experience Busan Port from the water.
Perfect for families looking for a fun day out, or, you know, friends, couples, everybody actually, because it's also something we don't usually get to do.
And if you're looking for a highlight, the opening ceremony on June 19th will feature performances by singer K. Will and a band Nerd Connection.
I love Nerd Connection.
Oh, Pak PD loves it. Okay.
You like K. Will? I love Nerd Connection.
Oh,
어,
you should
진짜.
come.
Nerd
Go
Connection
together.
진짜 좋아해요.
진짜 좋아요.
옛날부터. Before they were really famous.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I always thought, wow, handsome. And then,
They are banned.
still, but I thought, handsome. And then they came out, and before they were like really nerdy, but still like attractive. And now they're more famous, and I'm like, of course. They've been working out.
Yeah.
They've been working out.
They both come to Busan Port Festival.
Good.
And a large-scale Busan Port fireworks show against the backdrop of Busan Port and Busan Harbor Bridge.
I love it. 부산답다. I think that sounds really beautiful. I've never seen fireworks over the Harbor Bridge.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, over Gwangan Bridge,
Bridge, yeah.
many times, but that sounds really spectacular. And I love the harbour anyway, when it's all lit up at night.
Yes,
it looks
rainbow.
really
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's like a rainbow.
It's really beautiful. So that's a spectacular way to celebrate 150 years of Busan Port on a nice summer night. Probably a very humid summer night. So this weekend is the International Dance Festival.
Yeah.
And they have a Tuksor Mude, a special stage on
Where?
Haeundae Beach every year. But I MC this event every year. They're like,
How was it?
Rora, Rora. I'm like, yay! Because it's so fun. I love it. I love it so much. But every single year it's at the beach, and usually the weather is like
So humid.
so humid. So my hair is like, it goes, and I
Or
end up
it-
looking like a what,
Greasy.
인형. 진짜 인형 같아. It's like a fluffy 인형. It's terrible. Terrible.
They will be so cute.
No, I don't want to be cute. I want to be professional and 우아하다.
Okay.
Okay, let's move to the next one. Speaking of international, did I speak of international? I did. International Dance
Global
Fest,
and
yes.
everything,
Busan is preparing to welcome lots and lots of people to the city for a very busy June, thanks to some major K-pop events.
Yes, the city has launched a special campaign into K-pop, into Busan.
그래?
The idea is simple. If you come to Busan for K-pop, we want you to experience everything the city has to offer.
맞아요. Because there's no point in coming just for the K-pop and then leaving.
No, we don't want that.
No. So it's not just the concert, not just the venue, but it's the beaches, the food, the festivals, the city, the neighborhoods, everything.
Yeah. So the campaign is connected to two major events happening in June. The BTS World Tour in Busan on June 12th and 13th, and the Busan One Asia Festival on June 27th and 28th.
Yeah. I did get asked to go and cover the BTS concert, but I'm out of town, so I can't.
Okay.
What a shame.
What a shame.
Just kidding. That's a lie. It's a horrible lie. But the campaign message, I like it very much. Into K-pop, into Busan. It's like K-pop is a gateway into our city, right?
Yes, that's true. And the city wants visitors to expand their concert experience into full Busan experience through local food, night views, festivals, shopping, and local culture.
Yeah, and I feel like the campaign goes far beyond the traditional tourism advertising too.
And Busan is collaborating with local companies and organizations to create a citywide welcome experience. For example, there's a special edition of 대선 소주.
Oh.
Featuring the campaign design and a limited edition 동백전 discount gift certificate that comes with exclusive Busan-themed collectibles.
Collectibles, eh? Very nice.
Oh, Bang PD also loves it.
You promised me a gift many months ago.
What
Where
kind
is
of-
that gift? You
what-
said you were going to give me a gift.
Really?
Months and months and months ago.
Okay.
It was some sort of like money box or some sort of like
money box?
music box or something.
Oh, really?
You promised that's it.
Did I mention anything like that? Oh,
Just
sorry.
remembered that now. I will find
I will
it.
remember.
Okay, bring it to me. But I love that there's going to be like special or limited items because they can collect it and it's not something that you can just randomly buy in Busan anytime. It's specifically for this period, so
Yes.
it will really remind them of their experience. So I hope everyone feels very welcome.
That's our goal. And the city wants people to remember Busan not only as the place where they attended a concert, but as a city they want to come back to again.
맞아요. 재방송 중요합니다. So honestly, that's what successful tourism is all about. A lasting connection. Nerd connection.
Come to Busan.
Come to Busan,
You're gonna love it.
stay in Busan.
Okay.
다시 어디서? And again,
어디서?
얼른 어디서? And again and again. So I think today's stories highlights, two ways, of course, but how Busan is connecting with the world. We're using one of our biggest strengths, industrial strengths, our port, but turning it into a festival that everyone can enjoy. And also, the 150 years. That's very meaningful.
Very rare.
And then, of course, BTS. Can't top it. Can't top it.
So whether you're attending the Busan Port Festival or visiting Busan for a concert, there will be plenty of opportunities to experience what makes Busan unique.
Yes, indeed. What do you think makes Busan most unique?
The combination of urban scenery and the port. Because I think the port is really the essence and true identity of Busan.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I agree. The
You
sea. Busan is the sea. Every
Yes,
time
port
you
city.
부산하면 바다.
yeah.
But those words can be empty if you don't really think about it. But if you think about it, Busan is really everything is the ocean. And the 어방 축제 is coming up as
Oh
well.
yeah.
어방 축제 진짜
That should
재밌어요.
be so amazing.
근데 it's the same weekend, so it's going to be super busy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, also busy, yeah.
부산 살아있네.
완전히 살아있네.
QB 씨, thank you very much. Where can we find all the information?
You can find all the details and information at Busan City and at Busan City Globe. Please follow us
Follow us. Follow us on the internet.
Yes.
Not in real life.
on their Instagram. Not in real life. No.
I'll follow you. Okay, QB, thank you so much. We'll see you again next week. So I hope you're not too busy.
Oh,
But,
anyway.
it's good for us though.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, it's time for us to get into On the Mic. It will be in Korean. I'll give you an English explanation after.
네, 안녕하세요. 올리비아입니다. 오늘은 Everyday Investor를 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 저는 부산 출신의 노트북 크리에이터 김형준입니다.
와. 인식이 정말 많이 달라졌죠. 예전에는 진짜 주식하면
망한다 많았거든요.
네, 실제로 주변에 돈을 잃으신 분들도 많기는 많았었어요.
위험하게 하고 제대로 된 분석을 하지 못하고 남의 말만 듣고 투자하기 때문에 그렇죠.
그쵸.
네. 누가 추천해 주더라. 노트북에서 보고 이 종목이 좋다더라. 그러니까 막연하게 이야기만 듣고 투자하면은 손실 날 확률이 좀 높죠. 무조건 공부하고
네.
이제 투자를 해.
왜 수식어를 Everyday Investor라고 해주셨는지. 네.
저는 거창한 투자자가 아니라 그냥 일상 속에서 평범하게 본업에 충실하면서 일상 속에서 주식을 찾고 무리 없이 그냥 투자를 하는 편입니다.
근데 원래부터 직업이 투자자였나요?
원래는 제가 외국계 선박회사에서 수출입 관리했습니다. 7년간 회사 생활하고 지금은 그 초록창에서 스토어셀러로 활동하고 있습니다.
어떻게 주식을 시작해봐야지? 라는 생각이 들었어요.
이제 할아버지하고 아버지도 주식 공부는 좀 해보고 사봐라 제안을 해주셔가지고 보고 이제 샀다가 재미는 못 보고
네.
입대하고 이제 제대하니까 그 주식이 없어졌더라고. 상장 폐지죠. 그때부터 정말 공부하고 주식을 사야겠구나.
그래서 이제 군대를 다녀와서 이제 본격적으로 공부를 하신 거예요?
네, 그때부터 본격적으로 주식이 왜 없어졌지 하면서
네.
복귀를 하는 거죠. 이 주식을 내가 왜 샀고 왜 이 주식이 없어졌는지 그런 이제 종목을 저는 발굴을 안 하고 안정적인 좋은 회사를 이제 발굴해서 투자를 하는 거죠. 대략적으로 이 회사가 벌어들이는 수익이 더 많다. 그리고 부채보다 지금 현재 가지고 있는 부채보다 더 버는 돈이 많다 하면 적어도 망할 리는 없겠구나 하고 그렇게 대략적으로 살펴는 보죠. 네.
진짜 정보와 가짜 정보를 판단하는 방법이 있나요?
저만의 방식을 알려드리자면 AI 프로그램을 한 3개를 씁니다. A에서 나온 정보가 맞는지 B한테 전달을 하고 C한테 전달하고 크로스 체킹을 하죠. 그리고 그 해당 회사의 홈페이지 가서 이 내용이 있는지까지도 한번 확인을 해봅니다.
그 회사의 홈페이지에 들어가서 뭔가 계속 보신다는 얘기를 하셨어요.
네, 리포트를 보는 거죠.
그것도 다 따로 기록을 하시나요?
따로 내용을 기록을 하죠. 1년에 4번만 보시면 됩니다.
분기별로?
분기별로 실적을 발표하니까 그 분기 리포트에 자기들의 현재 상황과 앞으로의 계획을 다 볼 수가 있는 거죠.
주식 투자를 잘한다는 걸 정의한다면?
정답도 없고 욕심의 한계도 없습니다. 본인 스스로가 내가 어떤 사람인가 정말 주식에 안 맞을 사람도 있거든요. 빨리 판단을 해서 주식보다 다른 재테크 수단으로 가야겠다 판단을 하시는 것도 중요하고 남들 다 주식으로 돈 많이 번다던데 하는데 본인 자체가 주식 체질이 아닐 수가 있거든요. 변동성을 못 견디겠다 막 괴롭다 그러면 이제 주식에는 안 맞을 수도 있고 좀 기다릴 수 있고 좀 느긋하게 투자를 할 수 있는 사람이면 승률이 좀 높죠.
투자는 운이 아니고 노력이다?
저는 노력이라고 생각합니다.
주식도 내가 어떤 주식에 넣느냐에 따라서 내 낯빛이 달라지거든요. 싱글벙글하고 다닐 수도 있는 거고.
그렇죠. 예.
네.
비만 치료제 주식 잘못 사면은 계좌도 살 빠지고 내 살도 같이 빠집니다.
웃으면 안 되는데 어떡해.
잘 선택해야 됩니다.
어쨌든 살은 빠지네요.
네, 살은 빠지고 계좌의 살도 빠질 수 있습니다. 수익을 잘 내시는 분들 공통점을 보면 꾸준함입니다. 꾸준히 한 기업에 대해서 연구를 계속 많이 하시다. 그리고 기다림. 결국에는 주식은 상승과 하락을 반복하기 때문에 아무리 좋은 주식도 비싸게 사면은 우리가 손실을 볼 수밖에 없습니다.
여유가 있어야 되네, 마음의 여유가.
우리가 이거 재테크를 1년, 2년만 할 게 아니잖아요. 본업에도 충실하고 본업의 가치가 좀 더 상승하기 위해서 재테크를 하는 건데 좀 길게 보셔야 됩니다.
혹시 우리 방송을 듣고 있는 분들에게 하고 싶은 이야기가 있다면 어떤 이야기가 있을까요?
제 노트북 많이 사랑해 주셨으면 감사하겠습니다. 정말 가장 기초적인 것부터 다 있습니다. 계좌 계산하는 것부터 있습니다.
좋아하는 영어 단어나 영어 표현이 있나요?
저는 워렌 버핏의 명언 중에 하나를 좀 좋아하는데 The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to patient. 주식 시장은 조급한 사람의 돈이 침착한 사람, 기다리는 사람한테 이동이 된다는 워렌 버핏의 명언입니다. 항상 기억을 해야 되죠.
왜 특히 좋아하세요? 이 문장을? 흔들릴 때도 그 명언을 한 번 더 생각하고.
그렇죠. 모든 일에 조급함이 앞서지 말고 한 번 더 생각하고 좀 침착하게 대응해보자. 느려도 되니까 꾸준하게 slow but steady 이런 말이 있잖아요. 하지만 계속 꾸준히 해보자. 또 저는 좀 좋은 것 같습니다.
여러분 막 투자하지 마시고요. 건강하게 재산을 불리십시오.
Thank you very much to our reporter Olivia and to our interviewee Kim Hyung-jun Nim is a US stock investment content creator who previously worked in import and export management at a foreign shipping company. He says that he's an everyday investor and promotes the idea of investing consistently while staying focused on one's main career. After experiencing the delisting of a stock he invested in, he became committed to studying companies and investing more carefully. I understand. He focuses on a company's profitability and financial strength rather than short-term market trends and emphasizes verifying information through multiple sources. He believes successful investing is about finding an approach that matches your personality and maintaining patience and consistency over the long term. His favorite English quote is from Warren Buffett. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. A saying he believes not only applies to investing but also to life itself. 인내심은 진짜 중요하잖아요. 인내심은 완전 흔하진 않습니다. 특히 요새 현대인들이 이제 뭐 끝판 생활을 밖에 못할 것 같습니다. 그래서 여러분 인내심이 있으면 좋겠습니다. Thank you so much for that, Olivia and 김형준님. 고맙습니다. If you want to be on the mic, get in touch. We'd love to have you. And don't forget, today we're talking about your thoughts on paying a bill. When you pay the bill, do you split it? Do you prefer one person pays everything, you pay them back later, or they just pay? 어떻게 하세요? Let me know. 오늘 밥값 어떻게 지불하는 게 편한지에 대한 얘기를 하고 있잖아요. 그래서 여러분 계산할 때 뭐 더치페이나 뭐 한 명 아니면 뭐 선배 아니면 후배들 뭐 누가 뭐 페이해야 되는지 어떻게 생각하시는지 이유도 같이 보내주시면 감사하고 그리고 신청곡도 받고 있습니다. 2부에 다 모아서 플레이리스트 만들어서 한 명 뽑아서 상품 보내드리겠습니다. 샵 9050 pound 9050 카카오톡 or YouTube Live. Get in touch and let us know. Alright, here's a song. This is Skip by Crush and Han Sang-won. I'll be back with some Busan Life Solutions after this.
아무 계획 없이 내 침대 위에 누워 하루 종일 늘어져 있고 싶어 어떤 내일 안 놀고서 살아가야 하는지 everyday 사람들은 각자 바삐 살아가는데 그 속에 어울리지도 않는 날 보는 게 차가운 벽에 기대고서 굳어버리길 바랬어 every day But now I don't wanna live like this just like this way 정신 화면에 날 가둬두기에 남은 스토리가 더 많아 every day Oh no 복잡한 건 skip it 몰래 사는 건 단순해질 때 쉽대 말처럼 쉽지 않을 거란 걸 잘 알지만 어제 같은 오늘이 와도 내 길을 그때 닿대 멀리 아무도 날 찾을 수 없게 멀리 떠나고 싶어 걱정들이 머리를 놓아서 소심해져 버렸네 everyday 사람들은 각자 살 길 찾아가는데 여태 밟고도 말치고 있는 날 보는 게 차가운 벽을 만들고서 직선들을 비약기만 했어 everyday But now I don't wanna live like this just like this way 정신 화면에 날 가둬두기에 남은 story not this way. 정지 화면에 날 가둬두기에 남은 스토리가 더 많아 everyday. 복잡한 건 skip it. 몰라 사는 건 단순해질 때 쉽대. 말처럼 쉽지 않을 거란 걸 잘 알지만 어제 같은 오늘이 와도 make it a good day, the day.
Hello. It's time for Busan Life Solutions. Kelly's in the house.
안녕하세요. Hi.
안녕하세요.
네, 반갑습니다. Well, it really feels like it's Monday today.
Really?
Because of the local election yesterday, we had a day off.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really feel like it's Thursday. So throughout the day today, I had to, remind myself that, I'm going to work. It's Thursday. I have to go to BFM, right?
Pak PD, does it
네.
feel like a Monday for you? Really?
A little bit.
We worked yesterday. I worked from the morning yesterday, all day.
All day.
Yeah.
네.
So this feels like a Thursday to me. So I'm very dabong. Okay? Very, very dabong.
따봉. 네.
Dabong. Anyway, let's get into it. Busan Life Solutions. What is Busan Life Solutions?
All right. So in this segment, we actually receive questions and answers from two different organizations. So here's the thing, the number of non-Koreans living in Busan has increased a lot recently, right? And their situations may vary, but one thing that they have in common is that they face difficulties while living in the cities. Well, the problems can be about their school life, or it can be about their marriage, or it can be about their visas, etc., right? Whenever they have issues or difficulties, I want to give them a reminder that they can visit two different organizations. One is the Busan Global Center. The other is the Busan Foreign Resident Support Center. So in this segment, I actually receive questions and answers from these two organizations, right? And I, after I receive them, I do translate a little bit, and I double check, and I share them with you and with our listeners so that we can, help some of our listeners who may go through some similar situations.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll read the questions.
All right.
You give us the solutions.
Exactly.
This person says, I lived in Korea for a while now, and I've now returned to my home country. Recently, I applied for a pension refund or a 연금 환급, but the amount I received was different from what I expected. Could you help me understand why?
Right. We actually often receive questions about this 연금 환급, right? In English, it's called the pension refund, right? Well, probably it's just me, but I assume that for many Koreans, the idea of pension refund sound a little bit strange because many Korean citizens cannot simply withdraw their national pension contributions when they leave a job or when they move abroad, right? Instead, we Koreans are required to keep our contributions in the system and receive a pension later in our lives, right? However, for non-Koreans, their situations may vary a little bit. So let's talk about it, okay? So let's say, here's just an example. Let's say John from the States works in Korea for 3 years. Every month, part of his salary goes to the national pension, like 연금, right? And his employer also contributes. Normally, pensions are designed to be paid out when someone reaches a retirement age, like 65 or something like that. However, John doesn't plan to live in Korea forever. So after 3 years, he decided to return to the States permanently. If that is the case, Korea allows foreign nationals to receive a pension refund instead of waiting, until their retirement. So John can apply for a pension refund and receive it. So you got it, right?
Yes.
네. Anyways, let's go back to our initial question, right?
Yeah.
Well, this person is no longer in Korea, but felt that the actual amount pension refund received was different from what was expected, right? Probably less. That's why this person
Yeah,
is
that's why
probably
they're like,
complaining, right?
they're asking.
Right.
Yeah. If it's more, you're just like, nice.
Oh, yeah, right.
Dabong.
But exactly, right? So the Busan Global Center contacted the 연금공단 or the National Pension Service on this person's behalf. Well, according to the National Pension Service, this person should have checked the amount displayed in their system more carefully in the first place.
Yeah.
Because if there's an issue with the amount, well, it can only be corrected before the refund process is completed.
Very important.
네.
Very important.
Right. So once the refund has been paid out, well, the amount can no longer be corrected anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid to tell you this, but it seems like there's nothing else that this person can do about it.
Yeah.
You know? So what we learn is that, it's important to double check all the little details, right? And confirm the refund amount before applying.
Yeah.
네. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I couldn't give a happier answer,
Well, I mean,
네.
it is what it is.
네, it is what it is.
It is what it
exactly.
is. All right. This person says, I'm an overseas Korean currently holding an F4 visa. If I participate in a lot of volunteer work, are there any advantages when applying for an F5 permanent residency visa?
Yes, right. So if they have a sufficient record of volunteer service, well, they may be eligible for reduced income requirement when applying for F5 permanent residency visa, right? Specifically, if they can show at least like 100 hours of volunteer work completed over a 6 month or longer, right? Their required income level may be lowered to 80% of the Korea's GNI, which is Korea's gross national income, right?
Yeah.
Instead of the standard one. But please keep in mind that, you just do a volunteer activity, but you just forget about it, then there's nobody who knows it.
Yeah,
right?
you've got to record it. There's an official process for recording your volunteer hours, and not all organizations, not all
Right.
volunteer work is eligible for these volunteer points.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. So in order to qualify, your volunteer activities must be officially recorded through the 1365 volunteer portal, right? And you must be able to submit a volunteer activity records, like a certificate. Also, please keep in mind that no more than 6 volunteer hours per day can be counted in total, right? And speaking of which, there's an additional benefit as well. Well, if you have a strong Korean language skill, right? So if you speak good Korean, and if you meet the volunteer service requirement, the income required may be reduced to even further to 60% of GNI, right?
Yeah.
So for overseas Koreans who are considering applying for like permanent residence in the future, volunteering, I strongly recommend that volunteering can be a meaningful way to contribute to the community and provide actual benefit for themselves, right? During the visa process.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to do. There's lots of orphanages,
Right.
residence facilities, etc.,
Or like a
that will
Busan
accept
Foreign
that.
Resident Support Center.
Yeah,
Right.
and there's even things like in the wintertime delivering briquettes or
네.
kimchi making or lots of different things you can get
Right.
involved with. Yeah, I love it. All right, this person says, I'm an expat living in Busan. My husband and I are both in our second marriage. I don't have any children, but my husband has a child from his previous marriage who is currently studying overseas and recently started university. I understand that he has a responsibility to support his child financially, and I respect that. However, my husband is very private about his finances and doesn't want to share details about his income or expenses with me. Although he earns a good salary, our household budget budget feels very tight, and sometimes it seems like we're living on much less than I would expect. I'm concerned that a large portion of his income may be going towards supporting his child, but I really don't know because I don't have access to any financial information. As a spouse, is there any way for me to check my husband's income or financial situation? This does not seem like a resident
Like
support.
a healthy relationship,
This seems
right?
like a Jerry Springer episode.
Oh,
This
really?
is like a talk show.
네. Well, this person must be going through a very stressful situation.
Yeah.
And, in marriage, you don't necessarily need to know every single detail, right?
Yeah.
About each other's lives, but like being open and transparent about money is really important, isn't
Yeah.
it? 네.
Yeah. I think, do you know what? Like, my husband probably doesn't know exactly what's in my, I don't know if I know exactly what's in my bank, but, and vice versa. But we come together and we
Right.
save all the money together and we have, monthly meetings about finances and
Right,
stuff.
right.
You need to be able to talk about finances.
Right, openly.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Right.
I got a little, I don't know, I felt a little uncomfortable maybe
Right.
when she said, I'm concerned that a large portion of his income may be going towards supporting his child. Well, I would hope so. I would hope it is,
Oh,
you know?
if not, what
Well,
else?
I mean, if not,
uh-huh.
then where is it going?
Right.
I would hope that it was going there instead of going somewhere else that you don't know about, right?
Right. I wish I could give a better answer, but in Korea, one spouse generally cannot access to other spouse's bank account, like tax record, salary information, or other financial documents without the person's consent.
Yeah.
Right? Well, there are some exceptions actually during legal proceedings, like a divorce or like a property division cases or something like that. But in an ongoing marriage, like theirs, well, there's usually no simple way to verify your spouse's income, right?
But it's so troubling that they can't have a conversation about it.
Right. So this person should be able to have an open conversation with the husband about shared financial goals or monthly expenses and long-term plans, right? Rather than just, focusing on how much he's spending on his child, right? So just openly, talk about the overall household budget and talk whether both of them have a clear understanding of their financial situation, right?
Yeah.
So my answer is, well, this person may not be able to just access the husband's financial information
Yeah,
directly
of course not.
Without his permission.
But here's the thing, there's no legal way that you can do it, like you said, unless they're
Right.
going through divorce. But in an ongoing marriage, I think the bigger situation here is why are you keeping this very important information from
Right.
each other?
Right.
So yeah, recommend perhaps some
But if
communication.
it's their first year or a first month, they can be, both of them can be a little bit shy, but
I would never go into a marriage without knowing the financial situation. It's not to say that
Totally.
I care how much
Totally
money
makes
he
sense.
makes per se. It's that I need to know there's not a huge amount of debt.
Right.
He's not gambling. He's not, that kind of stuff. Right? I hope that this gets resolved. This is a very tricky situation.
Right.
All right. Very quickly, final one. This person says, I'd like to try a hair salon in Korea, but I'm having trouble making a reservation. Is it okay to just walk in or do I need to book in advance?
right, K-beauty is trending, right? Right, K-beauty, like K-cosmetics. Right. So I thought that probably as a tourist, it's really hard to make reservations, right? Because we Koreans actually make reservations via our search engine.
Either-
땡땡, right?
Either on the phone or
Right,
whatever.
right. But actually, many salons actively post their work examples on the social media, right?
Yeah.
So I think that you can just send a direct message, to book an appointment.
Yeah.
네.
Walk-ins are possible, but
네,
for
but-
example, the salon
right.
I go to, a walk-in, I would have to wait 4 hours probably because they're usually booked. So walk-ins are not ideal. Send a message on social media.
Right.
Yeah. Good idea. Nice. I like that. We're so up to date.
맞아요.
No bum tea in here.
no party.
제가서예요.
Oh, 네. I'll take it as a compliment.
It's a compliment. It is. Kelly, thank you so much for all of the information. We will see you again next week for more Busan Life Solutions.
안녕.
Bye-bye. All right, time for me to say goodbye for the first half of the show. This is You Got Me Feeling by Parcels. I will see you back here at 5 o'clock for part 2, and the Global Chatter Squad are waiting.
You got me feeling like I'm uninvited. You got me feeling like I'm just outside. You got me feeling like I won't even like it. You got me feeling. You got me feeling like I'm unignited. You got me feeling like I'm wasting time. You got me feeling like I'm unexcited. You got me feeling. You got me feeling like I'm uninvited. You got me feeling like I'm outside. You got me feeling like I won't even like it. You got me feeling. You got me feeling. You are better when I am not around. If I always just let you down, maybe it's just better if I leave it now. You got me feeling, you got me feeling, you got me feeling, you got me feeling like I'm just too tired. You got me feeling like I'm moaning eyes. You got me feeling like I've got no time in. You got me feeling, you got me feeling. You are better when I am not around. If I always just let you down, maybe it's just better if I leave it now. I don't wanna fight it. I don't wanna watch it burn. I could never ride it. I don't wanna see it turn. You got me feeling. 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 You got me feeling.
Your bridge to the world. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
자갈치 시장의 활기찬 목소리, 영도 앞바다를 수놓은 은빛 윤슬, 우리가 지켜온 부산의 소중한 모습들입니다. 이제 부산은 그 이상의 내일을 준비합니다. 첨단을 달리는 에코 델타시티의 일상부터 가덕도 신공항의 하늘길, 그리고 유라시아와 북극을 잇는 북극 항로까지 세계를 향한 거침없는 도약, 그 엔진은 바로 부산 사람입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
당신의 자부심이 부산의 미래를 만듭니다. 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
청년의 목소리와 아이디어로 직접 만드는 라디오. 청년 친화 도시 청취중이 당신을 기다립니다.
Youth-friendly city on air is looking for you.
부산 진구청과 부산 영어방송이 지원하는 청년 라디오, 청년 친화 도시 청취중. 청년 정책, 상권, 문화, 그리고 지역 이슈. 그 어떤 이야기라도 좋습니다.
Culture, local issues, or your own unique stories. If you can dream it, you can air it. This is brought to you by Busan Jingu District and BEFM, Busan English Broadcasting.
부산에 거주하는 만 18세부터 39세 청년이라면 누구나 참여 가능합니다. 접수는 6월 21일 일요일까지.
Open to any Busan resident aged 18 to 39. Apply by Sunday, June 21st. For more details, please visit www.befm.or.kr.
자세한 내용은 부산 영어방송 홈페이지에서 확인하세요.
Hi, I'm Roberto Fernandez from Mallorca, Spain. I have been living here in Busan for more than 5 years with my Korean wife and twin boys. Back in 2020, I was invited to a game by a friend of mine. Since in Spain, football is the most beloved sport, baseball really drew my attention. In Sajic Baseball Stadium, everyone was singing the chants loudly, and that space was filled with the vibes of Busan. Everyone could truly become one body and one mind, sharing all the feelings of joy and sorrow. When I first visited here in Busan, I didn't have a family. But now, I have the whole Giants family as well as my own family. Once Busan Galmegi, you are forever Busan Galmegi. Global City Busan, we're in it together. This campaign was brought to you by BEFM, Busan 영어방송.
셰프 에드워드 데이입니다. 빨리빨리 한국 사람들은 이 말을 입에 달고 살더군요. 하지만 걸음을 멈추는 모습에 놀랐습니다.
제가 들어드릴게요.
여기 앉으세요.
가장 빠른 나라 대한민국에는 가장 따뜻한 멈춤이 있습니다. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
엄마가 얘기하는 거 따라해봐. 부산이 좋아요.
부산이 좋아요.
For my 부산.
For my 부산. 부산으로 오세요. For my 부산.
부산? For my 부산.
부산 하면 For My Busan.
하나, 둘, 셋.
부산 is good. For my 부산.
You are listening to For My Busan.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to For My Busan. The time is now 5 o'clock. It's Thursday, the 4th of June, and you're tuned into 90.5 and 103.3 FM. 부산영어방송입니다. 반갑습니다. BEFM. Oh, yeah. I'm your host, Laura McLuckie. Very soon, we're going to have the Global Chatter Squad. Andrew and Haeyeon are already in their seats, getting ready for a good old chinwag. But before that, let me get into our text topic of the day, because every day I give you something to think about, to talk about, to text in about. And today we're talking about paying a bill or having a meal, but also specifically paying the bill. So do you prefer to split the bill? Do you like Dutch pay? Do you find it more comfortable when someone else pays, like one person pays for everyone? Do you like to pay every time? You know, my professor said to me, he didn't say it like this, but it was like, he who pays the bill has the power. And I always remember that. Whoever pays the bill has the power. And I thought, you know what? I want to pay the bill a lot. But I also don't want to take people for dinner to expensive places. I will pay for your kimbap, but I don't know about a steak. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Depends how much I like you. But I don't know. How about you? How do you feel? 여러분, 오늘은 밥값에 대해서 얘기를 하고 있거든요. 식사할 때, 그 계산을 할 때 어떻게 하면 좋을까요? 예를 들면 따로 더치페이 하거나 아니면 자기 계산 다 하고 아니면 어떻게 나눠서 아니면 선배들, 후배들, 등등 그거에 대해서 좀 얘기를 하고 있거든요. 그래서 여러분 의견을 듣고 싶습니다. 의견도 보내주시고 이유도 같이 보내주시면 감사하고 뿐만 아니라 우리 신청곡도 받고 있습니다. 당연하죠. 부산 플레이리스트에서 이 노래 다 모아서 플레이리스트를 만들어서 한 명 뽑아서 상품 보내드리겠습니다. 그래서 참여 많이 부탁드릴게요. 샵 9050 pound 9050 or 카카오톡. It's all for free. And our live stream is free as well. We've got lots of people texting in. I'm just going to say hello to some people. We've got 착한 맛님 texting in. 안녕하세요. 베니님 also texting in. 로라님입니다. 맞아요. 나 매일매일 여기 있습니다. 매일매일 여기. 사랑터님, hi. 다니리님. We've also got 리세영님. Laura BEFM님. Who's that? 상윤킴님. Hello. Also, We've got 고수님 texting in, 네코모님, 오, 이현철님, 황 작가님, 안녕하세요. And everybody else. Everybody's here. All the gang are here. If you are not yet in the gang, come on. We are open for as many members as can join. And also, there's so many messages coming in, but Hwang Chaka-nim says, I like this one, I do this. I like my friends, and I like to pay on my way to the toilet. 그래서 큰일 아니고 해피입니다. 맞아요. 그거도 진짜 재밌어요. 그래서 재밌는 게 whenever I'm with my friends, I always think if someone's going to the toilet, I'm like, they're going to go and pay the bill. So especially like I have this kind of group of friends. It's another couple. So me and my husband, we go for dinner and the boys always have this contest. Who can go to the bathroom the sneakiest and pay? Yeah, we like it. We like it. Anyway, keep your messages coming in. Keep your song requests coming in. And now it's time for the Global Chatter Squad. Hello, hello. Yes,
Hello.
time for the Global Chatter Squad. This segment is a new one for the new season. But when was the new season? April?
About 7 weeks ago.
7 weeks ago? 6 weeks ago?
Already?
7 weeks ago?
6, 7.
6, 7.
Someone had to do
I
it.
think it's been
Ew.
about 6 to 7 weeks since that's been
Yeah.
done, but it's okay.
Ew.
We're catching. Oh, well.
Old people.
6, 7.
Sorry.
6, 7.
Old people doing 6, 7 is not cool,
I'm not
man.
old. You're the ones that are old thinking, oh, who's this guy
Listen,
over here?
Andrew has his cap on backwards.
That does not a young person make. It's nice to have you in the studio.
Yeah.
These
saw
two
you-
basics with their basic colors.
Exactly.
I saw you. Listen, I'm dressed exactly the same as the curtains today.
It's camouflage.
Yeah. So are you, but at least you got a jacket
At
on.
least I got a jacket on, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I overdid it on my powder, face powder,
No,
so
I
I'm
love
just
it.
blending in, yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Hi, everyone. My name's
hello.
Andrew.
Hello.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah.
I just when you were talking about Dutch pay and all this kind of
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
I was curious because we had a conversation about this not too long ago, actually, and about the whole soprano talk and everything like that. But do you know where Dutch pay comes from?
From Dutch people.
On Dutch coffee.
No. But there is it used to have a very negative connotation.
Yeah.
Like it used to be extremely negative because it was called like a Dutch treat where everybody paid for themselves, but it was a poor substitute for really good hospitality. So it like instead of somebody saying like, I'm going to take care of everything, it's like, all right, everyone's got their own. All right, good. But like since then, I mean, this is like hundreds of years ago. There was also something called a Dutch uncle. Mm-hmm. Do you know what a Dutch uncle is?
No.
I know what you're going to say.
Thing.
Yeah.
I've
It
never
means
heard of a Dutch
a
uncle.
Dutch uncle is like a harsh critic. And then more of a negative one would be, the English used to say this about the Dutch, somebody having Dutch courage, but it was like fake courage that comes from alcohol.
Oh yeah, Dutch courage. I know the history of that one actually. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not going to go into it.
But a Dutch
Oh,
oven,
okay.
that's a whole other ball
Interesting.
game.
I mean, that's making me think, what would be the Korean version of that, a K-uncle?
Yeah, I don't know.
K uncles
for another
with the
day.
toe socks.
Yeah.
A K uncle with those toe socks.
I love toe socks.
Toe socks.
The
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
pair of flip flops and toe socks.
I wore toe socks with those toe shoes. That was another level.
That's too much.
Yeah, no.
I did. Can I answer my answer for the text question of the
Oh
day?
yeah, please do.
So in my 20s, I was all about the Dutch pay. So I was
Yeah.
always like, I'll calculate it. I had the calculator out, very accurate. And then in my 30s, like I liked treating people. And now in my 40s, everyone buy me dinner, buy me lunch, buy me breakfast.
Yeah, I've been through the trenches. Somebody help me out over
I
here.
used to feel like a little embarrassed about that, but now I'm like, if someone, so I would refuse at least 2 or 3 times, but now
Yeah.
I don't refuse at all. Say that, oh, hey, I'll grab this coffee for you.
Oh, let me get it. I'll get it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I'm embracing. Yeah.
I think I'm like that a lot with my like tighter group of friends. You know what I mean? Because we'll eventually get each other back at some point. You know what I mean? It's not worried about it, but it's just it will happen eventually.
Yeah.
Like if someone grabs a meal, I know that even if I get the next one as well, someone else is getting the one after that.
Yeah,
So it's not a big deal.
a big deal. I think we're very lucky to be in the position where we can do that.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
if I wasn't in a position, okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna spill a little bit of tea, but it's not
I'll get my
Tea
coffee.
time. Let me
It's
get my
not
cup.
piping hot tea.
Okay, let's
but
warm tea.
you know that meme from the Bridgerton meme? And it's like that song and everyone's just doing this and they're like
Yes.
No clue
dancing
whatsoever.
challenge. Yeah, I've seen that
So
around.
that's me coming in, spilling the tea. So basically, I have a person in mind who cannot afford to go out and eat dinner
Sure.
with people.
Yeah.
And this person, it's not that this person doesn't have money available to them, but they choose to spend it on things that are not going out to eat dinner.
I see.
And then they will go out with other people and they will say, I don't have enough money to eat with everybody. Yeah.
Then don't come out.
And so that's it, right? That would be me. I wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
But this person still comes along and says, I don't have enough. I'll just get chips.
That's me.
It's Andrew. No, it's not Andrew. And this isn't even in Korea, by the way.
Okay.
So when this person says, I don't have enough money, some of my other friends say, okay, so it's fine. No, it's fine. I'll pay. This guy? Okay. See you next time.
I don't care
Because
either.
I got to the point
Yeah.
where it was so expected of me to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I mean, I love to pay for other people, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for you. And I really do. I love it. It's one of my love languages where I can care for you by saying, I've got it. I've got it. And I do it for my students, like my research assistants and whatever. And it feels really good to be able to do that because I was never the person in the position where I could pay for anyone else. So now I'm a bit older.
I mean, when I used to be in that person's shoes, like when I was younger, and like I'm looking at my bank account, like I can't like go out and eat. I would say, you guys enjoy the meal. I'll see you on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll see you outside
sure.
after your dinner.
Yeah.
And then like, there's other ways of spending time together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one thing I have to mention here before we move on. So Laura, for listeners just tuning in, maybe you missed Laura's dance, but I think they couldn't really see her. It just saw like a floating head because she blended into the curtains.
And she did
it was
go,
it was like a green screen, and she was just like, "Ooh."
I'll do it again for you when it's a wide shot.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what's today's topic?
Go ahead, you
Today's
two.
topic is
Fight over it.
very relevant because yesterday was election day, right?
It was.
Korea's nationwide local elections. So today we're going to talk all things about election.
We're not allowed to talk
voting.
politics, all right, guys, before we fight? No fighting, okay?
No
Oh.
fighting.
Do you know what I love? I love about Korean elections is when it comes to the results and what they do is they have these animations. And I especially remember, I think it was maybe National Assembly must have been about 8 years ago, but they had the faces of all the candidates on boxers. And then as the results would pop up, the boxer would go, and then so this guy would like fall. And I thought, this is absolute lunacy. This is so ridiculous.
It's so great.
You would it's wonderful. I love it. And you would never have that in the UK.
No, not in
It's
Canada either.
bizarre. This like the election hype.
coverage, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of back in the US. I mean, the election night coverage, it's very intense. It's like a big event. I used to like get together with friends, like we would have a potluck. And I understand why in some countries like they try to be like very serious, but I think we need a little relief because some elections are very high stakes.
Yeah.
And people are on edge. People in the same room can very much erupt into an argument. So those little fun things, I think I feel I can see the thought process in, coming to those decisions in broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we're probably going to get into this, but one of the other things I really like about elections in Korea is the campaigning. Now, it's very similar to Canada in the sense where you can't put up posters or anything until 2 weeks before the election. I believe that's what the rule is in Korea. Like, it's not like months in advance or something like that. So and then you see the trucks going, then you see the dancers and everything. And it was so funny. I was with my kids. This was last weekend. We were playing badminton at the apartment complex, and then we just hear, and we're like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
And then we look over the railing, and it just a rave broke out. That's a crosswalk
of ajumas and ajashis with white gloves on.
Yeah.
I was
Giving the
thinking
jazz
that.
hands.
Yeah. It's
These
like-
days, if you want
it's
to
a rain
canvas,
dance. It's
you need
fantastic.
some dancing chops.
Oh, definitely.
Do you know what? I would love to go around the town on one of those little carts, though.
Yeah.
My friend, I say my friend, my associate, my acquaintance, actually was in this election and had asked me specifically. He's like, "Why don't you come on the cart?" And I was like, I would love to, just because it would be
Laura
so
on the
I'd
trolley.
be able to like dance and sing. But obviously working for the government, because this is BEFM is government run, so we have to be incredibly impartial, non-partisan, no parties whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so of course I said, "Oh, I would love to, but I can't." Of course I can't.
It's the best. That's one of the best things when that happens, because even if you do want to, it could end up being a headache for you. Well, you know, I really want to, but I can't.
But I can.
But what if we just take that idea and benchmark it and use it to promote our radio shows?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Drive all around Busan
Can we get one of
City.
those trucks?
The BEFM buggy.
Yeah.
Well, I think those trucks must be at a discount now.
You can do that Bridgerton dance on it.
Oh yeah, I just have a cup of tea. Dee, 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 dee. Go around the town spreading gossip.
Or it's the three of us sitting on the back of it, just with microphones.
Cup of tea and a microphone.
We'll do a 12-hour marathon.
That'd be so fun.
Well, but I was
Anyway.
curious, like, what are your voting histories? Like, have you voted, I'm sure, like, in Scotland and Canada?
Yeah, I think that, you know, I was really excited the first time I was allowed to vote at 18. You know, I thought it was like, yes, I finally have a voice, which I guess I did. You know what I mean? Like you get to, you know, put in your vote and say your piece if you want to do that kind of thing. But it was very anticlimactic. Like it was just like, all right. And I was like, oh, the person I voted for won by 10,000 votes. That didn't, but then the next election, it was super close. And I remember my mom saying, see, aren't you happy you voted?
Yeah.
And we voted for the person who ended up winning, and it was
Yeah.
within a couple hundred votes. So it was a very close election. But it was, I remember I did it until I moved to Korea. And, you know, I would always end up going with, you know, friends or with my mom or dad and just down to where we would vote. And yeah, it was all right.
It's a very, yesterday too, when I went voting in the neighborhood, it's a very family-friendly environment. Yeah, I brought my puppy with me, and people were out, you know, in strollers, and it was nice, yeah. But I do relate to the kind of anticlimactic thing because, so when I was living in America, in the States, I only had a green card, so I never voted. I did join some friends to canvass for some local elections. But the first time I was back here in Busan and voted, it felt so like dramatic. Like going in, I mean, no one was looking at me, but I felt like everybody was looking at me. I think I almost smiled at people, and then when I came,
motion casting
it
your
was
vote.
slow motion, just taking my carefully folded up, you know, ballot.
Yeah.
And then I thought there should be a trumpet playing or something, but no, I was just
Confetti falls down.
just shepherded out the room, and I'm like, this is it? I need to do a dance or something.
So do you know what I think is very cool is you are in some places, I think we talked about this with Mark, in some place, where was it? But they use marbles to cast votes because people can't read. And so there's lots of different ways to vote. I remember back in that place, just to finish off that, you're not allowed to honk your horn or drive past really fast because then they can't hear the marble drop. So they need to double check that the marble is dropped and then they leave. Yeah. But for me, like the voting process, I'm the same. I was like, okay, I get to vote.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean I'm a grown up? And then I went to vote and I voted and I was like,
Yeah.
don't really feel any different.
But then again, that each vote, it is so important. So, but yeah.
But I've voted a few times, but I moved to Korea. I can't vote in Korea.
Yeah.
I've not bothered to get my F5 visa. Could if I wanted to.
Same with me.
It would be exciting when it happens.
But I think as well, I don't know, there needs to be, this is a controversial take maybe. I think there needs to be a proper rite of passage if you want to be voting in the election of a host country. You know, and obviously we can only vote in local elections. So this is not saying that I shouldn't have a vote, not at all. But I think there needs to be, for example, more English information for me to really understand what I'm looking at. You know, because I don't feel like I really understand exactly what each candidate is promising, what's in their campaign, etc., etc. So even in English, I didn't really understand what people were promising. And I kind of thought, well, everyone's going to try their best anyway, as long as they're not making any like crazy rash decisions. Then
But here's the thing,
I think most people are trying hard.
I think this is not exclusive to foreign nationals.
Oh yeah.
I think actually a lot of Koreans who've spent their whole lives in Korea too, either just their research of each candidate's platforms is very superficial or they just, you know, it's sometimes like very party driven without doing much research.
It's like a legacy vote, right?
Everybody gets that the voting package.
Yeah.
Comes to your house and it has all the candidates, you know, number 1, number 2, number 3 in their little pamphlet or whatever that's in there. But again, unless you're going to, you know, their talks or I don't know really if there's like debates and stuff like that. But I feel that, maybe I would need a lot more information to, you know, feel like, okay, I have the right to do this.
I feel like it would be irresponsible of me to be just looking at the picture. Because do you know how I choose them? Whose picture I like the best? Who looks the most nice by this picture?
Yeah.
Who has got the best photo filter?
Just choose your favorite number.
Well, listeners, I'm curious, do you all pay close attention to the election pamphlets when they arrive at home? I'm curious because I have read some news about how a lot of to send those pamphlets to each household, it's millions of sheets of paper.
You wrote the thing, right?
Yeah.
You wrote the thing for me the other day for Newsfeed, and there was about, I think it's like 210,000 trees for the last general election or the last local election.
Things are getting so digitized, so why can't we digitize that process too? Yeah. I'm curious, but maybe when it comes to election, people do think more old school and they want it like actual.
Yeah, that could be it as well,
right?
for sure. Yeah, and especially for the aging community as well. You know,
Digital
a lot
access.
of exactly. That's
Hey,
one
could
of the
you
things.
please ask that again in Korean, just so any of our listeners who are following along but are finding it, because we're talking about something that is pretty high level today. It's not food
That's true. 그래서 우리
dates.
선거철에 이렇게 팜플렛들이 이렇게 배달이 되잖아요. 이렇게 우편으로 왔을 때 그 각 후보자들에 대한 정보와 플랫폼 이런 것들을 다 꼼꼼하게 보시는 편인지 아니면 다른 뭐 인터넷상으로 조사를 하시는지 참 궁금해요.
I mean, 그 선거할 때 how do you choose? 선택한 조건이 뭐지?
I mean,
how do you choose the person that you want to vote for?
Well, paying close attention to their what do you call them? Their
campaign promises.
Yeah.
But I also think that, you know, and this goes back, I'm sure it's similar in the UK and in America. People vote, it's a very tribal kind of thing where it's like your family. So like if, you know, I'm sitting there talking with my wife, there's a good chance we probably might vote for the same person.
Yeah.
You know, although we're not supposed to say. But I'm saying, like, you know, if your family, if you're in the U.S. and it's, you know, the Republicans and Democrats, it's quite common that a family is one or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's been situations, there's even been in the States, and I'm sure in other countries. I've not heard about it in the UK or in Korea. But in the States last year, I think there was, or maybe the most recent election, there was news about how there had actually been a fatality because of an argument that stemmed from political disagreement within a household, within a family. And for me, that makes me want to stay away from politics because I think there is room for everyone's point of view at the table.
Yeah.
I think that if someone wants to vote for this person and the other person thinks this person is bad, I think what needs to happen is like a sit-down discussion of, I respect you, you respect me. I love you, you love me. I want to understand why this is your decision. And let me help you understand why this is not my decision.
But ideally, I would love to be in friend groups and family situations where we can discuss it.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like the local elections. They're actually even more relevant to our everyday lives.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to the presidential election, I mean, voting for a president in Canada is similar to the UK, but it's you don't vote for the president. You know what I mean? You or the prime minister. In my case, you vote for the party, and then if that party gets the most votes, then that's your leader, right? It's not like the U.S. And I feel like with the presidential elections, it's kind of either one or the other. But when it comes to local elections, if you're in your specific area, it makes a big difference compared to like if we just took where we're at here in Haeundae, and then if somebody's over in Gyeongseonggu, like what they're doing over there is not really affecting us on the local level.
On a day-to-day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it makes a big difference.
Benny Nim says, hello, Andrew and Haeyeon. Also, Lee Se-young Nim says, it's a good point by Laura. Voter literacy is an important part of human rights.
Yeah.
I think people skip over that as well. It's never taught in school.
Yeah.
Voter literacy, how to look for the good candidates. Sang-yoon Kim Nim says, my personal key focus points when looking at election pamphlets are whether they, 1, finished military duty, number 2, paid taxes on time, number 3, have no criminal record. 근데 상윤 김님, 혹시 what if it's a woman, a female candidate? Would you also, because obviously they don't finish military, does that just get a pass?
Yeah.
I'm just curious,
Let us know.
not pushing back on it. I think it's fair enough.
Why that's a thing anyway. But that if they finish military service.
For a lot of Koreans, I think culturally, it is
of course.
it is a
Yeah, but
very
there's a lot of people who can't complete their service because of they might have hearing problems, they might have issues with their eyes, these kind of things.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they have an intellectual issue.
But I think the point here is you can if they didn't finish it, then it'll be on the record for why.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean they have to put all the information out to the public.
You know how we have book clubs and running crews around election time? I wish there was. Maybe I should just be proactive and start one in my neighborhood. Start a voter literacy group, and because some of the wording, also if there are any people who have language access issues, and just break it down into easier terms too. Because even me, as someone who does speak Korean proficiently, 무슨 말인지 모를 때 있어. Yeah, I have to look up the dictionary.
In English, there's stuff that comes out, like Laura said, it'll come across my feed. I'm like, ooh, I need to look up what that means.
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure.
It's like academic English. It seems like another different level of English. It's not just for anybody. And political English is the same. It's like these are things that are not easy for just the general person to understand.
I think that voter literacy is super important, but also I think there needs to be more put on voter responsibility in the sense that, you're not just being, I'll use the term willy-nilly about it, but just being like, okay, I'll take number 1. Oh, number 2 looks cool. Or I like the, really look into it. But again, to be literate in that, to be able to do it, it makes a big difference as well.
Okay. I have a silly question.
Oh, I like silly questions. Yeah,
so
great.
in Korea, when we go into the voting booths, on the ballot, we are given, there's a stamp there.
Yeah.
The letter 전복, it's called. So you stamp on the candidate that you want to vote for.
I thought it was the peace sign, by the way.
So did I.
It's kind of similar.
I thought it was a
right?
certain car. But anyway.
And in the States, you use a black or blue ink pen and you kind of like bubble it in because it goes into a scanner. How do you guys do it in Canada and Scotland?
It was the same thing. In Canada, it was very similar. It was like just like the Scantron sheet or whatever it was. Like you do exams with. And then,
I don't remember. I think I did a paper ballot. I think the times I voted, the Scotland's old school.
Yeah.
I think when I voted, I did a paper ballot. And then the second time, or maybe the last time that I voted before I moved to Korea, because I'm very young, you see.
Oh yeah, we've established this.
Of course.
I think it was digital, but I'm not. I can't really remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine. I remember filling in some kind of like a bubble or checking some box kind of thing. Yeah.
I would get a little nervous with the bubbling it in. Like, what if I color outside the lines? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember going to the polling station with my mom.
Yeah.
When she was going to vote, and I remember I wasn't allowed to come in. She was like, "You're not allowed to come in." I was like, "I wanted to go in so much. I wanted to see what was in there." And then I finally got to see, and it was rubbish.
It's like The Simpsons, the Stonecutters Club.
Rubbish. So I have a question.
Yeah.
are there political parties in either Korea or the States or Canada that are nonsense parties? Because in the UK, for many years, you can start a political party if you have enough support.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many it is, but if it's like you can start a religion if you have enough people, right?
Yeah.
You can start a political party. And this party were called the Monster Raving Loony Party. This was their actual
real?
name. Yes, you can look it up. It was a real party, the Monster Raving Loony Party. And they would go around and they would have like speakers on top of cars. They would be dressed up looking like glam rock and everything. And obviously they never won anything.
Yeah.
But they were a real political party
Yeah.
with a bunch of very, very bizarre party promises. But is there anything like that in Canada or in Korea?
In Canada, there's like the three major. There's the Liberals, the PCs, the Progressive Conservatives, the NDP, the New Democratic Party or whatever it is. And then there's like the Green Party, which a lot of people, and I'm not saying this is one of those, fake kind of parties, because there are a couple places where they do win seats and whatnot.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do think like, oh, if you're voting for them, you're wasting your vote.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to win anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean?
That's the same in Scotland. It's like, okay, you could vote for this party that you really like, or you could vote for the popular party that has their promises or their manifesto most closely related to the one that you really like.
Yeah.
So you're kind of voting against the people that you don't like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I should say there is also the Bloc Québécois in Canada as well, the party in Quebec. So
I
don't want to have any French Canadians coming at me.
There have been very, should I say, idiosyncratic candidates in Korea in the past. And I wonder, I think they were, maybe it was their own party or just running independently. But sometimes, even though the voting rate for that party or that candidate is going to be low, it is a way of making a statement. And because voting is such a direct way of like making your voice heard,
for
like
sure.
you said. Because I've had some friends in past U.S. elections have intense arguments about that. But,
there should be a third party kind of thing.
Yeah. But we all, we have to, follow through with what our conviction is.
Yeah. So I'm just going to read a couple of things from the Monster Raving Loony Party's manifesto for 2024. So, for example, stamp duty. We will abolish stamp duty. Stamps are expensive enough as it is without having to pay duty on them. Greener cars. Once in government, we promise to have more green cars on our roads. Politicians will have fluorescent green cars so that everyone can see them coming.
So not like eco-friendly green, but actual color green.
NHS, we propose to reduce the alphabet to 23 letters, starting with the letters N, H, and S. So it's very, it's very silly, but it's... I think it's a satirical political commentary about how bad the state of politics is in the UK.
I see.
It's not to say too much. Are you looking at the website?
No, I'm looking at for Canada if there's any in the past. The Rhinoceros Party.
There you go.
Okay.
And then that was in the 60s. They had a resurgence in 2011. Didn't know about this. Yeah.
Would you guys ever be interested in running for an election?
No.
I had friends of mine at home who were in politics who said that they were like, if you ever move home, you should get involved. And I was like, no. Like don't need my voice getting into any more trouble. So
and it's such I think every politician does start out from a very noble,
I agree.
noble place.
Sure.
Because really, you have to be a selfless person to want to do that, to serve for your community and your country.
And then over time, it can happen. I'm not saying it does, but it can happen that you become entangled in a web that you're unable to escape from, and that
you
web
made a lot of promises on your way up.
It can be, it can be a difficult thing. And a lot of the politicians that I've seen have gotten out of politics for that reason. They said they went in with noble causes and they got tangled up in things that they could not escape without having to compromise their values or compromise their constituents or compromise this. And so they just left altogether because they said, I'm not going to compromise my values for extra money or this
Yeah.
favor or whatever it was.
Yeah, there's
difficult,
there's
very
tons
difficult.
of TV shows and movies and stuff about it, and sometimes it's not too far from the truth in some of those situations. But I do have a question though. You were talking about your stamp that you use, but then there's also in Korea that in social media it is kind of like a rite of passage almost, where everybody you vote. You stamp your hand right between your, like on round, just above your thumb or your index finger, and then you take a picture of it, and it's on social media. It's
Just to to spread the word.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes as a reminder to some of their social media followers. Hey, I voted. If you haven't yet, go on ahead.
People did that
like
with their
it.
COVID vaccines as well.
Oh yeah,
I forgot to though, because I was all like, "This is so dramatic and beautiful." Why? So I forgot to actually take a picture of myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't vote.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a stamp.
That's a recent thing that I think in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
or
probably
so.
the last 10 years. Yeah. How about in Korea? Most people, the voting or the polling stations tend to be schools, typically, right? Is there
Public
any
spaces.
Yeah. How about in Scotland?
Same. There'll be schools, so everyone's got a day off school. So
Yeah.
you've got schools, you'll have other public spaces like community centers
YMCAs.
or like libraries, like that kind of thing.
It's not a
public
holiday in
buildings.
Canada. We don't get a holiday.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. The same in the U.S. It's not a holiday. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's not.
Which is
People
something
go
that's-
before and after work.
Yeah.
Well, not for workers, but for children, it's a holiday because they need to use the schools
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
for voting stations.
So it'll happen like in my city anyway. There'd be a lot of, which is kind of maybe a bit odd. There'd be like churches. They would use churches for this, like, church basements or whatever, like, because they would there'd be kind of like a hall or something. Yeah. Be like, oh, they're voting for this guy. And then you hear the rumbling. No. But yeah, like those kind of places, there'd be some gymnasiums that would be used, but we would still go to school, like on most of those days. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't.
The thing that I learned was interesting was in the U.S., it's not enough to be a U.S. citizen. You have to be registered to vote.
Yeah.
So if you don't do that on time, I think in some states you can actually register right before you vote, but in Korea it's easier.
Yeah.
Once you are registered
age.
as a resident,
Yeah.
you have the 주민등록증, you're ready to vote.
Korea is so easy for everything.
Yeah, stuff like that is very simple.
Efficient.
Yeah, in Canada, I think it's once you're registered or you vote it once, then you're in a system. It's quite easy. And then, like, before that, when you go, you do have to bring something that shows where you live and then your ID card, but usually your ID card would have that on it. And then after that, you could even just have somebody at the polling station vouch for you and say, oh, yeah, that's them. And then they don't have to show any ID.
I see.
Yeah. Sang-Yun Kim-nim says, in Korea, there's also been some bizarre parties driven by some religious or superstitious cult. I wouldn't say the specific party name since it might be politically sensitive to be mentioned on air. But thank you for letting us know as well.
Yeah, I think that's kind of, that's a lot of places around the world would have that as well.
But I do want to say, to everyone who did vote yesterday, great job.
Yeah.
And it's an important civic
and for the
duty.
candidates
it's a
as
civic
well.
duty, it's a privilege, and thank you for, upholding the democratic foundations that this country has fought for many, many years.
And allow us to be on the air.
Yeah.
Indeed.
고맙습니다. 진짜 덕분입니다.
Next week, BFM voting. Who takes over the 4:00 show? No, I'm just joking.
It's not going to be back being.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna
Very
be me.
clean.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's funny. We will see you guys next week. Always a fun time. Thank you so
Yes.
much for the Global Chatter Squad.
Chatter.
And we'll see you later.
All right.
Bye-bye, everyone.
All right, here's a song, Beginning by Girls' Generation.
I'm your girl. Do it right now. 그댄 안 와요. 우리 처음 만난 날 우연처럼 우리는 마주쳤었죠. 그렇지만 사실은 내가 기다린 거죠. 그대 모습 보고 싶어서 그대 나를 사랑하나요? 이 느낌이 사랑인가요?
hear it? Feel the sound of Busan. Your city, your story, your vibe. Tune into For My Busan.
Welcome back, everybody. This is For My Busan, and it's time for our Busan playlist. Does that make sense? Yeah, there we go. This is the final segment of the day because, of course, we've got the Chatter Squad on a Thursday. So, no McLuckie today, but just want to say shout out to 박무성님 saying 로라 진짜 부산 사람이 다 됐네요. 사투리가 아주 구수합니다. 몰라요. 내가 그냥 자연스럽게 얘기를 하고 있습니다. 무의식으로 하는 겁니다. 근데 아주 제 큰 칭찬입니다. 고맙습니다. 영광입니다. 자, I gave you a topic today about how we pay the bill. And you sent me your messages and your song requests. So let me read some of these. We've got 착한 맛님 saying 보통은 N분의 1이죠. 그게 편해요. So N분의 1 is like each pay for your own. Each pay what you spent, basically. I like that. If you are with people who, for example, if I have 2 cocktails and then someone doesn't have any cocktails, it's not fair for me to ask them to split my bill as well, right? So yes, I think that's very good. 이세영님 says, in Singapore, usually one person pays, then we split later. Yeah, that works too. I think that's quite common, especially in places that don't split the bill for you, because in the UK there are lots of places, because for example people might want to go in and Dutch pay and they would get one bill and then they would ask the servers to split the bill during a busy Friday night. And so some restaurants made a policy that you cannot split the bill unless you say in advance and you have separate checks in advance. So if you want to split the bill, no problem. You need separate checks from the beginning. You can't put it all on the one table. And yeah, because people would have 20 students and everyone would want to pay 12,000원 or 13,500원. And so they would have like 20 separate payments, and it's like, no, it's 진짜 불편하다. So they're not allowed to do that. Yeah, some restaurants say no. Benny Name says split the bill, and we need to have that in our end to be paid for our breakfast or lunch and dinner. Yep, absolutely. If you communicate in advance, much easier, right? Much easier. Peter Name, can you make sure that you have the songs that are coming up? Oh, is it the ones in red? Okay, that's fine. We've got 고수님 texting in saying, these days I know everyone splits the bill, but I don't like Dutch pay. Last month, my friends came over and ate together and I paid for it. Some came near my house and I paid for it, but I think I would have paid for it if I went to another neighborhood too. Last time, my other friends paid for it. Of course, the bigger the amount is more, but you know, the smaller one, I just end up paying for it. Yeah, I think so. If you have the money to do so. But I also think if you are in a situation where you don't have the money to share, you also need to communicate that. And everyone has to be 서로 부담 없이. Everyone has to be 소배려 to everybody else. If you don't have money, no problem, I've got you. If I don't have money, you can get me. You know? You know. All right, let me play you some songs. This is 나 혼자 by Sister and Red Red by Cortez. Not related to any of the votes, by the way. Just enjoying the song. It's from 7807 Neem and 6450 Neem, respectively.
This drama
재밌게 놀았어 이제 와서 뭘 어쩌겠어 그리고 왜 다쳐 나 혼자서 네가 버린 내 맘 공허해 버려져 텅 빈 거리 같아
어젯밤에 많이 넌 비 내 폰에 다 담아서 거리로 나가서 5시 고개를 빙빙 이 꼴이 놀라가 히 핸드폰 바꿔 나 딘딘 seeing all kind of green hot pipe I put my hands in my pocket I said hot body try on the spot to the butt I do this shit all with my teeth no that shit I cheat I back out here shit on the buckets and green party I swear no shit I sabi I swear Bugatti shawty I swear oh I got one daddy green Kool-Aid daddy I swear Truman and sabi I swear Crash and check I swear You should go measure the team 내 친구들 전부 한쪽에 다 담아서 거리로 나가서 빙빙 거리서 돌아가 스토리로 그게 남조에게 sticky 반응이 빨리 I swear 눈치나 사비 I swear Bugatti shawty I swear You should go measure the team Call me a freak only this shit yeah 만들던 tracks yeah couple more friends yeah 하루가 갈수록 늘어가 pack 진짜 baby처럼 빡빡한 step Screaming loud like yeah yeah 골가 달라 like yeah yeah F1 this is my red flag You should go measure the team Everyone's crazy 싸게 마시는 시드 that's right 어지가 쌓인 그 시드 that's right 정수가 무대는 시시해 답답해 정수리 시뻘게 진짜 that's right We gotta pop out and show out 다시 배워봐 you gotta know down 굴러와보는 두 번째 홀라 신호를 막여서 green 반응이 빨리 I swear 눈치나 사비 I swear 도가리 쌀이 I swear 너와가 온다리 green 고래이 다리 I swear 주변을 사비 I swear 크라치 차가 I swear 규슈가 맞아 the team turn it up I told you to turn it up I was listening to stupid ways 신호를 막여서 green 반응이 빨리 I swear 눈치나 사비 I swear 도가리 쌀이 I swear 너와가 온다리 green 고래이 다리 I swear 주변을 사비 I swear 크라치 차가 I swear 규슈가 맞아 the team 내 친구들 전부 한쪽에 다 담아서 거리로 나가서 빙빙 거리서 돌아가 스토리로 그게 남조에게 sticky 바닥이 빨리 I swear 눈치나 사비 I swear 도가리 쌀이 I swear 규슈가 맞아 the team
Welcome back, everybody. It's part 2 of our Busan playlist where you send me your song requests and we play them here for you. We make a lovely little playlist. Now, of course, today is a little bit of a shorter segment, so I'm going to read some more messages, announce the winner, and then we'll play the final request song as our final song of the day. So today I asked you, how do you like to pay? Because we're talking about paying the bill when we go for a meal. And lots of people texting in with different answers. We've got people saying, I love Dutch pay. Dutch pay is the only way to be. Or N1 something? N분의 1. N분의 1. So that means Dutch pay, basically. Whatever we pay, like whatever we eat, we pay for. Some people say, I prefer to just pay for everything. Some people say, I like to split the money later. We've got 이현철님 saying, 저는 더치페이 좋아해요. 특히 비싼 음식의 경우에 가능하면 더치페이를 하곤 합니다. 맞아요. 특히 예를 들면 저는 돈이 많거나 우리 동생은 돈이 없거나 더치페이 하면 비싼 음식을 하면 좀 불편할 수도 있어요. 그래서 상황 따라 우리는 케바케로 생각해야지. 상윤킴님, as an old-fashioned K 아저씨, we never split the bills. We say, ahoy, 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 ahoy. While competitively sticking out our credit cards. Song request, bills, bills, bills by Destiny's Child. Lots more messages in here, but listen, it's time for me to say goodbye. The winner today is 진성님. 축하드립니다, 진성님. Saying when there's something to celebrate, it's better for them to buy a meal or for everyone in the meeting to split it up. Your song request was Imujin's Episode. So we'll play that for you as the final song. Thank you to everybody for tuning in, for chiming in, sending your messages and being part of our show today. Today's show was produced by Bosung, written by Hong Kyung-hwa, hosted by Laura McLuckie, and the final song, like I said, Imujin Episode. I'll see you back here tomorrow at 4:05 p.m. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Thursday and get ready for the weekend because tomorrow is Friday. Bye bye.
나는 말야 버릇이 하나 있어. 그건 매일 잠에 들 시간마다 잘 모아둔 기억 조각들 중 잡히는 걸 집어넣어 혼자 조용히 꼼꼼해. 이걸 난 공상이란 이름으로 줬어. 고민하다가 아무튼 뭐 오늘은 하필이면 너가 스쳐버려서 우리였을 대로 우리 정말 좋았던 그대로 우리의 에피소드가 찬란하게 막을 연다. 배경은 너의 집 앞 첫 데이트가 끝난 둘만의 에피소드가 참 예쁜 얘기로 시작. 자작자작 조심스러운 대화 그새 늦은 시간 Goodbye 좋은 뜻일 뿐인 Goodbye Wait I have to smile 이게 이 스토리에서만 눈 내리던 그 밤 겨울 향이 배어서 더 눈부신 우리의 에피소드다. 매일이 마지막인 듯이 함께라면 어디든지 사랑이란 걸 끝도 없이 주고받고 나눴어. 그치 서로만 있은 마음이 시릴 날이었던 우리 넌 always 내겐 마치 근데 있잖아 별 소용없다. 생각만 해도 행복한 순간들은 말야 모른 척해도 결국엔 이건 끝을 봤던 에피소드 점점 우리의 에피소드가 결말에 가까워져가 굿 엔딩이다. 크레딧은 너와 나 둘만의 에피소드가 참 쓸쓸한 끝을 맞아. 두 주인공의 서글픈 마지막 결국 건넨 인사 Goodbye 너만픈 이별의 Goodbye 눈물이 뺨에 스쳐도 줄가니까 In this world it's all 있어. 우린 서로를 보며 정같던 미소로 안녕 안녕. 눈 뜨면 에필로그다. 침대에 기대어 혼자 펑펑 울고 있는 나. 이 공상 밖에 난 둘만의 에피소드 1 전혀 다른 모습 난 그날 돌아서지 말았어야 했다. 널 안았어야 했다. 그 밤 눈꽃이 널 덮은 그 밤